Kitty. Girl.
At Reid Park Zoo, we're expecting our first African elephant baby, and it'll be a really exciting event. The breeding herd was brought here from San Diego Zoo's Safari Park almost 2 years ago with the intention of continuing a breeding program. And this is our first baby, and it'll be a great experience for our members, for our guests and visitors, as well as the city of Tucson. In September, we found out that Semba, one of our female elephants, is pregnant and due next summer, somewhere between June and August 2014. So elephant pregnancy is 22 months. While we're delighted, we still have quite a bit of time to go before we see the baby. And it is possible, but sometimes very difficult to find out if they're pregnant immediately. And so we know that Semba bred with Mabu in October, and we were then able to do a urine test on her. And it's not like people where you can do one sample. For elephants, you actually have to collect urine for 4 months to get a positive result. To collect elephant urine, there are 2 options. One is to teach the elephant to urinate on command, and you stick a cup under where the urine will fall. And then the other is to have an excellent, super clean barn and to then actually just collect it off the floor. So we've chosen the second option because it's pretty easy. After we collect the urine, we freeze the sample and then send it to a lab at San Diego Zoo's Safari Park where they analyze it. And what they're looking for are progesterone levels. So right after ovulation, there's a spike in progesterone, but it needs to stay high for about a 4-month period. And so that's why you can't just do a one-stop test on one day. It needs to be over a longer period to confirm the pregnancy. Semba's diet essentially stays the same. There may be an increase in the quantity, but we have not added any supplements or vitamins. For the most part, she's on a great diet and it will carry her through her pregnancy. So elephants typically gain weight close to the end of the pregnancy, so we haven't really seen additional weight just yet.
And how much will the calf weigh when it's pregnant?
We predict the calf will weigh between 230 to 250 pounds. And the placenta will also weigh about the same.
And what does she weigh now, and how much do you expect her to gain?
So right now Semba weighs about 7,000 pounds. So before she gives birth, she should add on another 500 to 600 pounds. Before the baby is born, we will have 24-hour care for Semba. So keepers will spend the night at the zoo monitoring her for several weeks before the baby's due. And then afterwards, at least 6 to 8 weeks of 24-hour care with keepers. So we're all excited, but I'm sure we'll all be a little bit exhausted after the baby comes. In the coming months, we have some baby proofing to do. So just like with a human baby, there's lots of things that the baby elephant could either get a hold of or spaces it could get caught in. So we need to tend to those. Preparing the staff, both just for the endurance of 24-hour watches and what we'll be watching for, how we'll record the data, what data is important. And then also preparing the herd. So Semba currently has 2 calves, one's 6 years old and one's almost 3. And the 3-year-old spends a lot of time with her and doesn't like to be separated from her. So we're starting to work with him and trying to encourage him to spend more time with his brother and his auntie to help so that when the baby comes, he'll feel a little more secure with the rest of the herd being away from mom. Exercise. Okay, right. So every day Semba's keepers work with her to keep her in optimal condition. So the more she stretches and uses her body, the easier her pregnancy, the delivery will be. So she does that often on her own. She plays with her calves and with the bull, but it's just added exercise that we can incorporate in her day. And it also helps build a relationship between the keeper and Semba. So that's also a very positive thing. Today we had Semba out on exhibit and we were practicing ultrasound training. So it's a pretty easy process in that we have a probe that we touch her belly with, and that's connected to an ultrasound machine so the vet can get a look at the fetus. And it seems like a pretty simple process, but when you put the jelly on it and the different pressure of the probe, it actually does take a little bit of practice to make sure the elephant's comfortable and that she'll stand still for a long time, because sometimes the vet needs that extra time to really get the position of the fetus.
Good girl. Atta girl. Girl. There. Turn back. Turn back. Nice. Good girl. Very good girl. Very good. Semba ears. Good girl. Very good. Girl. Come in line. Girl. Semba, lean in. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a trunk. Good. Lean in. Good girl, Semba. Yep. Good, Semba. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. She's fine. Good girl, Semba. Good girl. Very nice. Good girl. Come over here. Semba foot. Good girl. Good. Very nice. Good. Very good, Semba. Good girl. Here. Girl, foot. Good, Semba. Good girl. Very nice. Very good. Good girl. Semba, back up. Good girl. Semba, back up. Semba, rock. Good girl. Very nice. That a girl. Good girl. Yay, Semba. Good girl. Girl. Semba, kneel. Nice. Good girl. Very good. Very good girl. Ready? Semba, turn. Good. Foot. There you go. Good girl. Good girl, Semba. Very good. Good girl. Ready? Let's go the other way. Semba, turn. Good, Semba. Foot. Good, Semba. Good girl. Very good. Yay, Semba. Okay. Semba, back up. Good girl. Rock. Good girl. Very good, Semba. Okay. Semba, over here. Good girl. Girl, ready? Semba, ears. Ready. Good girl. Very nice. Very good, Semba. Okay. We're good. Girl, Semba. Girl.